Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and I'm reviewing part 3 of Image of the Fendahl. I don't know, part 3, much like part 2, didn't quite grab me as much as part 1. It's like, I'm liking little bits, but they're not coming together to form a strong whole. It's good, it's just not, like, Robert Holmes good. I mean, I know he's the script editor, not the writer, but Tom's putting in a good performance. I'm enjoying Leela as well. The guest cast are doing well. Even the two I didn't care for in the first two parts, I still feel like their acting abilities aren't the best in the world, but they're still fitting into their roles well. Like David does come across more as someone who's a bit mad in the head. You know, you can kind of see that fever in his eyes of power. I'm going to have power. You know, it kind of works, actually, now that I think about it. When he was kind of giving his speech, when he was telling them to turn off the scanner, I was like, oh, okay, he's just nuts. I get it. That works. And even then the other one, I don't know his name, the other young guy, like I said, the character's working a little more for me, even if I swear they're competing for chewing the scenery. The guy playing Fendelman, I'm still liking him. His scene where he realizes who he is and his name, Fendelman, man of Fendel, or Fendel's man. I like just kind of the fervent horror on his face as he realized that his whole existence has led to this and that he's been used. We have been used! We have all been used! I love that. And then how you just hear the gunshot off screen, and the next time you see him, he's just... That's pretty good. That's a good performance. Wanda's doing a good job playing Thea. We don't really get her much in this. She's unconscious most of this episode, but the one scene she's in, she's really good. The cliffhanger is good with the kind of pentagram lighting up on her, so we know something's going on there. She kind of frees herself from her bonds. And then we see the big lizard Fendahl creatures show up as the doctor and company are stuck to the floor. The actual Fendahl creature, just in that shot at the cliffhanger, it's not really good, but it's not really bad. Like, it's not as bad as my memory of it being was. The creature is just kind of classic Who. Okay, fine. Not one of their better efforts, but not one of their worst efforts. Seen things that look better, seen things that look worse. It was fine for a cliffhanger. The scene when the doctor is first talking to the old woman, his hat looks weird. Like with both of the ends flipped up like that, it just looked weird. I don't know why that kept bothering me, but it kept bothering me. I was like, that looks weird. I was happy when he took it off. I like how he's trying to talk to the old woman. She's not there, and he's like, she's slipping away. When he tries to leave, that's right when she comes to. I will admit, I don't know why, but that amused me. Some of the humor in this episode worked. Some of it didn't. For some reason, there were some places where there were these little humorous bits that didn't quite land, but others did. I think this is an episode that didn't need a lot of humor. And some of it they tried to inject into it didn't quite work. But I do enjoy Tom when he's talking to her, the way he's talking to the lady asking her questions, talking about, but you see premonitions because you grew up on a time fisher. A distortion of time, a really big one. That whole scene, I like how Tom never seems to blink. You know, he's got his eyes kind of wide open when he's talking to her, and he never seems to blink. I love the way he does that scene. Learning about the breakup of the planet the Fendahl was from is kind of stuck in a time loop, and that a Time Lord did it, and he's like, that's criminal. That's interesting. I wish they'd kind of explain that better, maybe a little more thoroughly. I feel like that didn't get touched on as much as it should have, and I would love to see another episode that ties into that, like maybe the Doctor in the future is the one who had to cause that time loop, because maybe in a future episode he tangles with the Fendahl before it leaves. He's the one who has to cause the breakup of the fifth planet, to cause it to flee, and he has to set the time loop, not only to stop it then, but to set events to play out the way he knows they have to here. That'd be really cool. I'd like to see that. And I don't know, I just really like Tom's performance here. I like the bit when Leela rescues him from the skull. And that is a little humorous moment when she kicks the chair out and he falls on her, and they're both like, are you all right, at the same time? And then she's just like, you're heavy. Some of their interactions are humorous in this, and I like them. That you're heavy just out of nowhere. And then when she's like, you can't know everything all the time. And he's like, I can't. She's just like, no. I don't know. It just works. It's just kind of adorable. It's not usually the kind of exchange I feel like they have. It's a little different in this episode. I like it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this one's still kind of, I really liked part one. Part two and part three have been kind of, I won't say middle of the road, but not, I haven't liked them as much as part one. It's more like the actual written story I've liked. Some of the execution in parts two and three, I don't know why, just haven't quite worked out for me as well. But I am enjoying the story overall. So that's kind of my thoughts on part three of Image of the Fendahl. I'd like to know, what do you think of part three? Comment down below and let me know. Other things to do, don't forget to click the like button, and also links to the Patreon are down in the description, links to the Amazon wish list, the Amazon UK wish list, my P.O. box, which this was actually sent to me by one of my subscribers, Simon, who's also one of my patrons. He sent it from the P.O. box. He sent it to the P.O. box. Although he's also sent stuff from the Amazon wish list as well. I want to give a shout out to some of my other top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, and Finn Perkins. I do appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. It does help out. And most importantly, thank you for watching.